someone asked me, how do the pilots control the aircraft in flight? Okay, that is a very, very important question. I did not plan to make a video tonight, but when I saw that question in my inbox, I said to myself, maybe I need to go ahead and I need to go ahead and attempt to give an answer to the fan, because I like to please my fan. So let me ask you a question. So how do you control your car? How do you control your vehicle when you drive? Well, you have your steering wheel that you use to turn your car left or right. Well, the pilots also have they have a wheel also. They in front of them they use to move some flight controls on the aircraft, and then it is not a steering wheel like you have in your car, but it is called a control wheel. Okay, so that's what it is. It is a control wheel. But having the control is one thing, but use it to move the flight controls is on the aircraft is another thing. So one thing you can do when you go to the airport, you're going to take a flight. While you're in the lobby waiting for your flight to depart, if it is possible, take a look outside and see if you can see an aircraft, if you can see an airplane, preferably like a Boeing 727 aircraft, for example. Take a look at it, and then take a look at the wings. You might not be able to see both wings, but at least you can see one of them. You could see one of them, and take a look at the tail section of the aircraft. Okay, the back, way up there. That's the tail section of the aircraft, and then that's where the controls of the control. That's where the controls that the pilots, move to control the aircraft are located. You're talking about the wings and the tail, which is actually the tail section is called the stabilizer section. You got the horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer. All right. So if you look, take a look at the wing, at least one wing, and then near the tip of the wing, You know, you can see a piece of a section. It's movable. You know, it can go up and down. There's one on 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 each wing. You know, close to the tips at the end of of the wing. It's a piece. It's a it's a piece that is attached, okay, to the trailing section of the wing. The trailing section is the back is the back section, the trailing edge of the wing. That's the back section. You know that that's the aft section of the wing. So you can see that you if it's not if it well it's there. If you really take a look, you can see because it is hinged to the to the aft section of the wing, the trailing edge of the wing. So it's movable. There's one on the you got the left wing, you got right wing. So there's one on each wing, and then on each there's one on each wing, and it is called aileron. So you have two ailerons. Okay, that's two controls that that the pilots you move in order to control the aircraft. I'll tell you in a minute what what those ailerons do. Also take a look at the tail of the aircraft. Then you're going to see, like I just told you, there's this is the stabilizer section of the aircraft. So there's the horizontal stabilizer, and there's the vertical stabilizer. And then you have the vertical fin. So in the trailing edge, in the back section of the vertical stabilizer, okay, or fin, there's a movable piece also. It can go, you know, it can go, it can be moved by the pilot, you know, okay, left or right, okay. This is called, this piece of, it is also hinged, okay, to the aft, to the back part, to the back section, aft section of the piece of the vertical, sorry, of the vertical stabilizer. So this piece that is movable left and right, it is called rudder. The rudder. So you have the ailerons on the wings, and you have the rudder on the vertical stabilizer. Okay. You also have there are two more flight controls located on the trailing edge, on the trailing edges of the vertical, of the horizontal stabilizer. Okay, remember we have the rudder on the install on the vertical stabilizer. Now we have two more controls, flight controls, installed on the trailing edges of the horizontal stabilizer. So those two flight controls, those two pieces, movable, hinged pieces that are installed to the trailing edge of the horizontal stabilizer, they are called elevators. Okay, so we have the ailerons on the wings, the rudder on the vertical stabilizer, and the elevators on the horizontal stabilizer. Those are the control pieces, the control parts, the flight controls that the pilots use to control the aircraft. Okay, to turn, to raise the nose up, to lower the nose. Okay, nose up, nose down, turn. Okay, those are those controls are just mentioned to you. Those are the ones that those are the ones that the pilot move in the flight control, with his control wheel in order to control the aircraft. Okay, so you in your car you have your steering wheel to turn, and what else you have? You have your, I guess, your gas pedal, and yeah, but you talk about mechanical control. Okay, so the let me start with the elevator. The elevator is located, on the trailing edges of the horizontal stabilizer. When the aircraft is going to take off, when the aircraft is on the ground and it's going to take off, he's on the runway. Then he start on the runway. Then he's going full power. He's going to take off on the runway. So what the elevators do, they assist in the rotation of the nose of the plane upward. Okay, it's not. Remember, I just told you, the elevator assist in the assist the pilot to rotate the nose of the aircraft upward. So the reason why I said assist, because this is not the main reason why that the aircraft is able to take off. Okay, the rudder is just the elevator at takeoff is just the elevators just provide some assistance for takeoff, and but when the aircraft once the airplane is in the air, now the primary control of the elevators, remember, they're located in the back of the horizontal stabilizer, the trailing edge. So once the aircraft is in the air, now the primary purpose of the elevators is to bring the nose up, or the nose of the aircraft up or down, for the aircraft to go up and for the aircraft to go down. Okay, there, and the pilot is Well, the pilot, what happened, he just to be able to do that, they use the pilots, they use the control wheel. Okay, they use the control wheel to raise the elevator by moving it forward to backward. So that's that's the way that's how the pilots are able to move the elevators is with the control wheel in the flight control right in front of them. You know, moving the control wheel forward to backward, and then that way they can lower the elevator or raise it to make the aircraft, just like I just told you, to make the nose of the aircraft go up or down. All right, so that's the elevator. Uh, there's well, I'm not going to go through that now. You know, there's a reason why that the elevator was able is the elevators are able to, you know, to pitch, you know, to pitch the nose of the aircraft. You know, and as I told you before in my previous video, it's all about that kind of motion. It's all about the it's all about Norton's third law. Okay, there's I will tell you about that in future videos. There's a the air loads was about air loads when the elevator is moved. Okay, so that motion changes the direction of the air. Okay, causing some kind of force on the center of gravity of the aircraft, CG, and that's a moment force. So this is stuff where I will be covering in future videos. Yeah. So now let me talk about the ailerons located in the trailing edges of the wings. One on each wing near the wing tips. When I say trailing edge, I mean the back side. Okay, you got the front side of the wings. The front. Let me talk about one wing. The front side of a wing is the leading edge, and the back side of the wing is the trailing edge. So that the ailerons are attached. They are hinged to the trailing edge of the wing near the wingtip. Okay. So what they do, what basically they do, those aileron, they used to, you know how you in your car, you use your steering wheel to turn your car. Okay, those ailerons, that's primarily that's what they do. They bank the aircraft. They bank the wings of the aircraft to to one side. Okay, wherever the pilot wants to turn. The pilot wants to turn the aircraft. So he's got to when they are the in aviation we call it banking. Banking, which in your car, well, you're not banking, but it in aviation that means turning. banking to the left or banking to the right. So the ailerons, they are the ones that they are the flight controls that the pilots use to bank the aircraft, to turn the aircraft. Okay, and and the thing is, it is when that happens, when that happens, you can see for yourself when an aircraft is trying to turn, it's banking. There is an unbalanced force that is created, but you still have to remember that the wing, okay, creates lift. So the lift, which is that force is still in work even when the aircraft is banking. You know, the way the pilot controls the wall. They also in aviation we also call that walling. ROLL, wall. The aircraft is walling, so the aircraft is able to wall, to control the wall of the plane by raising one aileron on either side, and then when one aileron is raised on one side, okay, the other one is lowered. So by turning the control wheel close, I remember I told you the pilot has a control wheel in front of him in the flight compartment. By turning the control wheel clockwise, raising the right aileron and lowers the left aileron, and vice versa. Okay, if the pilot turn the control wheel clockwise, that means it raises the right the aileron, which is installed on the right wing. At the same time, the aileron on the left wing is lowered. See that? So, and like I just told you, vice versa. Okay. So there's a lot of people who think that for the rudder is the flight control that actually turns the aircraft. A lot of people, there's a lot of debates out there about which flight controls actually turn the aircraft, bank the aircraft. A lot of people think it is the rudder. A lot of people think the rudder actually turn the aircraft by yawing. Okay. Well, it's not. The rudder does not turn the aircraft either left or right. That's not the purpose of the rudder on on the vertical stabilizer. What turned the aircraft left or right are the ailerons. The ailerons by banking. But what the rudder does, if the banking is adverse, if there's too much banking of the wing, okay, on either side, the rudder assists as a trim. You know, like the rudder kind of prevents the aircraft from banking too far. Okay, but the rudder by itself, well, the rudder does not turn the aircraft. The aileron do that, but the rudder assists the aileron from creating too much banking, adverse banking. That's it.